Hi, Denis. I'm Mathieu Prost with Radio-Canada. Welcome back. Can you walk us through what happened on Friday night with this person in the crowd, and then the whole process with the ATP, how it unfolded, and the decision that was made in the end? How did that all made you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely, it's been a interesting couple of days. First of all, I want to say it was extremely tough on me. I felt extremely stressed afterwards. I was having a tough time sleeping. It was a stressful couple days for me. Obviously, first of all, I want to say I'm thankful that the committee, in the end, decided to reinstate my points and my money. Obviously, I think it was definitely unfair what had happened. And yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much to walk through. Obviously, like I said, I used foul language, but it wasn't directed towards anybody. The replay that showed, that's not even the situation. So that was me talking to my box, and that had nothing to do with it whatsoever. And I had no codes during the match at all. So this could have easily just been a code for verbal obscenity or whatever you want to call it, and it didn't have to go further than that. So yeah, it's unfortunate. I think it was unfortunate, not just to me but also to Ben. I think we were playing a great match. I think there's some really good tennis played, and for it to have to end like that, it was unnecessary in my opinion. So obviously I also got a pretty hefty fine, so I'm gonna try to fight that. Obviously, I think I deserve some kind of fine for the foul language, but I think the amount is pretty hefty for again, for something that barely anybody heard. There was really nothing that happened, so I'm going to try my best to again try to discuss it and fight it if I can, and we go from there. But honestly, happy that like I said, I'm thankful and happy that the decision was overturned, or I was reinstated my points, and I'm happy that I'm able to move on, because like I said, I've been extremely stressed. I couldn't sleep. I was thinking about it for 2-3 days. It was tough, not just on me, on everybody on the team. So yeah, I'm happy we can move forward, and I'm happy to be back in Canada playing in front of the home fans.
Hi, Denis. Just to follow up on this, yesterday Vasek had some pretty strong words about the way it was handled, and I don't know if those words made it to you, but
for sure.
I was just wondering what you thought of the way discipline is handled, and if you think your situation might help further the discussion about this.
I mean, one thing's for sure is that rules need to change. To have something like this happen from barely anything, when there's maybe 40, 50, if not more examples of, players and moments that have gone way worse, and there was no penalization, or there was, way minor penalization. There's no consistency in the rules, so there needs to be something in place, that protects the players. That's, obviously my opinion, and yeah, I do appreciate Vasek. I appreciate Sasha for standing up. Ben was very, was standing up for me during the match. He stood up for me after the match in the locker room when we were all discussing it. So I appreciate the players that did come forward to support me, because obviously, it's me in this situation, but it could be anybody. I think things do need to change. We need to be protected better, for sure.
Hello, Denis. After what happened, how do you feel mentally, and how do you approach this week? It might be a motivation for you, I guess.
Look, it's much easier now that the committee has reinstated my points. I'm being dead serious. That I did not sleep for two nights. I couldn't sleep. wasn't able to recover whatsoever. The only thing was, that I was thinking about for more than 48 hours. So it was a difficult couple days for me. But obviously, with this decision, it's definitely helped me, relax and be able to focus on the following week. But for sure, there was a moment after the match where I felt like it was so unfair that I wasn't sure if I was even going to play this week, play at all, for that matter. I felt like it was really, something that was taken away from me for nothing big that I did. And again, I'm not saying that I'm an angel on court. That's not what I'm saying at all. I definitely deserved a code violation, but that's where it should have ended. And yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Good afternoon, Denis. Welcome to Montreal. Can you explain the process from your standpoint that led to the points being taken away first and then being given back to you with the purse?
Well, I mean, when you get disqualified, it's an automatic. So I'm actually very lucky to be getting my points back, because I'm not sure for certain, but I don't think this has been a thing for too long where you can appeal and there's a committee that can reinstate the points. I know Rublev was the only successful one up until me now. So that's just how it is, and that's where I think the rules need to change. That it's got to be dependent on the situation, whether or not you lose your points and money for the entire week, because it's also unfair. I mean, like, I understand there's some situations that can be very bad and players deserve it, but there's also situations where, like this, for example, where I played 3-4 tough matches, sold tickets, put a lot of effort into the week, and I could easily have gone home with negative money from the week and 0 points. So yeah, it's just something that needs to change in tennis.
Sorry, one more question on this, Denis. What did the supervisor say to you? Was the message from the umpire to you different than from what the supervisor said on court?
Well, the umpire didn't even talk to me. He just, as soon as he heard me say something, he called the supervisor. There was no discussion with me, only after the fact that he called the supervisor. And basically, I mean, once you call the supervisor, the decision's already made. There's nothing the supervisor can come on court. He needs to listen to the umpire, So it was basically pretty much over for me from that moment. So, yeah, there was nothing different being said, but the supervisor is not put in a great position, he can't, it's very difficult for him to walk on court and be like, no, keep playing. He needs to listen to the umpire. So, it's difficult. I don't know. I really don't think there was a situation at all. So the fact that there was one made was just, it's still tough for me to believe that it escalated to what it did.
Hi again. On a different topic, Wednesday there will be a tribute to Louis Barfiga. He will be inducted in the Hall of Fame here. I just wanted to ask you what you think he meant for Canadian tennis and for you in particular.
I don't think I'm the right person to ask this question. Yeah, he didn't have anything to do with me, so yeah. Good, thank you.